lot of you are waiting for this one. This is the video I'm going to be comparing two clones of Louis Vuitton's Afternoon Swim. Those two clones are Alexandria Fragrance's Afternoon Splash and DUA Fragrance's Gone Swimming. I've now had enough time where I've been able to wear these, really compare them. I did go ahead and spray them on my hand, just did. Alexandria on the left, DUA on the right. But you know, I just wanted to spend time with these so I could really speak to it. Afternoon Swim is a very simple scent profile. There's two different types of orange, mandarin orange that are incorporated into the scent profile, and bergamot. So it's very just citrusy. It's really what you're getting. It's a simple citrus fragrance. Has this masculine appeal to it. Nonetheless, it's very mass appealing. It's along the same lines of Bulgari's Tigar. That focuses on grapefruit though instead. So immediately in the opening, comparing the two, Alexandria smells to me fresher. It smells realer. They both smell like you kind of just took an orange and peeled it. Okay. Alexandria's just smells like that orange was fresher and it was juicier. Whereas DUA's is still kind of like bright and there, but there's this almost like skankness to it. You don't really notice it until you compare them side to side. And I also notice it's not as obvious in the sillage. But if you smell it directly, if you have gone swimming, spray your hand, smell it against your hand, you're going to smell the orange, but there's going to be this underlying kind of dirtiness to it. And the Alexandria's Afternoon Splash, it's not there. It just smells like this perfect, juicy, peeled orange. So they stay pretty linear throughout. They don't really develop. Neither of them do. As the DUA gets into the far dry down, I'm talking 5-6 hours later, as does with a lot of the fresh fragrances, you start getting more of that ISOE super that they put in here in the Embroxen as well, which quite possibly could be that dirtiness that I'm smelling. What might be going on is this is just such a simple scent profile. There's not a lot of ingredients in it, that you're smelling the fixatives a lot more, okay? Whereas the Alexandria Afternoon Splash, it just smells very just fresh and natural. I sprayed these earlier for the dry down. Yeah, a lot of that fixative kind of smell comes out in the DUA a lot more in the dry down. So, scent-wise, I have to give it to Afternoon Splash. To me, there's no competition in the opening. They both smell good, but I would choose this every single time. Again, it smells a lot more natural. It doesn't have this weird kind of skanky, woody, dirty undertone. Not that this smells bad, it doesn't. It smells good, which is why I've kept it so far. I've worn it, you can tell. Now, performance. This one absolutely performs better. They both project good, but longevity-wise, it's no surprise to do it. Again, I think this is why when you compare the scents to each other, actually compare them to each other, not just I wore it and it smells good, but you actually buy one of each, one from Alexandria, one from DUA, you put them head-to-head. I think that's why, overwhelming majority of the time, I prefer the scent profile of Alexandria, is mainly because they don't pump theirs full of fixative. You can smell it in here. You absolutely can. If you have it, especially if you have both, spray them side by side. If you don't have both, go ahead and spray this on there. Smell it up on your skin. After you spray it, there's this skanky kind of, it's not overpowering. It's not, extremely off-putting or anything, but it's there. So anyway, I 100% prefer Afternoon Splash scent profile-wise. Now, longevity-wise, this is going to last longer. This, I get about 6 hours on my skin. If I spray my clothing, I might get longer. 6 to 8 hours on this. This, I get about 5 to 6. Okay, so Afternoon Splash does not last as long on me. They both project pretty well. They both come off the skin nice. Just overall longevity goes to the DUA. I get a couple more hours out of the DUA. So, really comes down to what's important for you. I know a lot of you, especially in the DUA group, really just performance is the number one thing you really care about. If that's the case, Gone Swimming is going to probably be your better bet. If you're looking for the better smelling fragrance that still has good longevity, good performance, is not quite as good, Afternoon Splash. or if you're somebody who appreciates the scent profile more and doesn't care as much, absolutely go with the Alexandria. Both smell good. And again, I find myself in the same position that if you own one already, I don't know that you need to, certainly don't need to. If you had an afternoon splash, I certainly wouldn't go buy Gone Swimming. If you have gone swimming, I don't know that you need to buy afternoon splash, unless you're a huge fan of it. But I will say, comparing them side by side, I much prefer afternoon splash. It just smells so much realer. It smells juicier, whereas the DUA kind of smells almost like that orange is a little older. It's not quite as juicy, and there's this kind of like earthy skankiness to it. But again, I think it's just from the fix loops. So hopefully this was helpful. I know this was a quick video, but I just want to get to the point. I know a lot of people have been waiting. There are other clones I will be reviewing. I'm going to do Sensual Obsessions. I'm going to be doing King Fragrances, and maybe some others. And I will do a follow-up video to this. I'm going to do the Elysium Clone Wars next, which is going to be comparing real Elysium to Montangs, to Kings, to Sammys, to DUAs, various different variants, to Alexandrias. There's a bunch I'm going to be comparing in that video. That will be coming relatively soon, so keep an eye out for that.